A eleição do presidente Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva abriu uma nova perspectiva de cooperação com a Europa e com os Estados Unidos na área climática. As posições do presidente eleito em relação à preservação da Amazônia e a atração de financiamento exterior para o desenvolvimento sustentável está chamando bastante a atenção desses governos. E nessa quarta e quinta-feira esteve no Brasil a Jennifer Morgan, que é secretária do Ministério das Relações Exteriores, representante do governo alemão para essa questão climática. Ela esteve em Brasília, primeiro em São Paulo, na quarta-feira, com representantes do próximo governo paulista, empresários também, e na quinta-feira em Brasília, com representantes do próximo governo federal. E nessa entrevista especial é com ela que nós vamos conversar. Muito obrigado por aceitar o nosso convite para essa entrevista exclusiva, e eu começo perguntando quais foram os principais resultados dessa visita de 2 dias ao Brasil.
Well, thank you. It's so good to be with you. I came to Brazil as soon as I could after the climate talks to listen, really, to hear what the transition government was hoping to achieve in the areas of climate change, to share the priority that Germany has in cooperating with Brazil, and to explore areas where we can work together with the incoming government, but also with business here and German business, and also, of course, with civil society and indigenous peoples. So I came here in a way to listen and to explore ways that we can be cooperating together to tackle the climate crisis.
E, em termos concretos, qual é a área que pode ter resultados mais rapidamente?
Well, I think what I heard here was the very top priority, indeed from the Vice President-elect directly this evening, of climate change, but climate in an economically and socially just way. That means reducing deforestation in the Amazon, but doing it in a way that creates alternative livelihoods for people, building up the vast renewable energy resources of wind and solar in Brazil, also in a way that benefits local communities and also brings investment from German companies and others. And then also just really we have a lot of shared values around the importance of multilateralism and international cooperation. So I think those are just a few of the areas where I can imagine we'll be able to deepen our collaboration.
A Alemanha contribuiu com o Fundo Amazônia entre 2009 e 2018, foram cerca de 350 milhões de reais, ao lado da Noruega também. O governo alemão está disposto a retomar essa destinação de recursos para o Fundo Amazônia?
Well, first, just to say that Germany was very pleased to hear incoming President Lula's commitment to stop deforestation by 2030. And we have already signaled our readiness to open that fund. We are in conversations with the incoming government to find the ways of doing that in a way that makes sense for Brazil, makes sense for Germany. But we're very committed to moving forward on that. We just have to work out the details. And of course, the new government has to come into office.
Yeah. A questão do hidrogênio verde, ou seja, um hidrogênio que é coletado no oceano, na costa nordeste do Brasil e que pode ser separado do oxigênio no processo de eletrólise com energia limpa das fontes renováveis de energia do Nordeste. Essa pode ser uma boa alternativa de fonte de energia para a Alemanha?
Well, Germany is indeed, we are phasing up our renewable energy goals, and we have ambitious climate change goals. It's important that Germany and other industrialized countries take the lead on that. And we do see great opportunities here in Brazil through the vast resources of wind and solar to create green hydrogen. And we have a number of different instruments that we can work with. We have German companies that are ready to invest. We want to work to set the top world standards for social inclusion, environmental benefits here in Brazil, but then also, help Germany meet our and keep our ambitious climate goals. So I think that is an area where there is already interest. There's pilots that are starting and can be really scaled up.
Algumas empresas alemãs estão comprando créditos de carbono do Brasil gerados pela floresta, sobretudo na Amazônia. A senhora acha que esse é um mercado promissor, que a Alemanha pode investir mais também?
I think we need to look at all different ways of providing financing for people living in the Amazon and around the Amazon and the other biomes as well, so that they can have alternative lifestyles, they can have alternative development pathways. Carbon markets may be one possibility, but I actually think there's others that may be even more promising. I've heard from some of the top scientific institutes here in Brazil about the bioeconomy, all of the vast resources in the Amazon that we can look at and have German and European consumers who are very conscious and want to be supporting people in the Amazon, that they can make their own contribution. So I think there's very many opportunities there.
A guerra de Putin contra a Ucrânia levou a Alemanha e os outros países europeus a cortarem a importação, sobretudo do gás e do petróleo. Isso aumentou o consumo de carvão, que é mais poluidor, e isso seria, de alguma forma, aumentaria o apetite, o interesse da Alemanha e de outros países europeus por essas fontes alternativas e por esse financiamento de projetos aqui no Brasil?
Well, I think clearly the Russian war of aggression, which we're working very hard to stop, has made it very evident that we need to phase out fossil fuels. We are working by the end of the year to phase out our dependency on Russian fossil fuels, and we see the need to do that across the board. We're doing that through the most ambitious legislative package on renewable energy in our history, 80% renewable goals by 2030, energy efficiency goals across our economy. And we're also, of course, needing to fill that gap of Russian gas with other sources. We have a slight emergency kind of situation or critical situation through this winter. And so we need to take a couple of coal-fired power plants, have them in reserve in case we need them, so our citizens have heat through the winter. But we are sticking with all of our climate targets, our phase out of coal by 2030, our 2045 greenhouse gas neutrality goal. And those are the goals where we really see the massive collaboration opportunities with Brazil. We need to drive together to that renewable energy economy, to a just renewable energy economy. And we're accelerating. We've learned that we have to move away from fossil fuels for climate change, for energy security, for peace. And we're hoping that Brazil can be a strong partner in all of those.
Jennifer Morgan, muito obrigado por essa entrevista exclusiva à CNN.
Thank you.